Good morning, Michael here. Today is March 8th, 2017, Wednesday. Actually here in Penang, Malaysia, it's March 9th in the morning. Just want to give you a brief update of the market and some of the things I'm seeing with regards to our regular money tree sessions on Sunday evenings. During the course, you probably remember me talking about the 1030 dance and some of the theories that I have. It's really kind of looking at the stock market as from the perspective of a chess player on trying to anticipate moves for the future. The 1030 dance is all related to movement of a stock from Bollinger Band to Bollinger Band. That's the upper Bollinger Band, and that down here is the lower Bollinger Band. And then how it relates to the movement of the 10, the 20, and the 30 simple moving averages. So this is the 10, the teal is the 20, and the blue is the 30 SMA. Generally, the theory goes is that once you hit a Bollinger Band, the price is going to want to retrace 2 times over the 10, 1 time over the 20, and then 1 time over the 30 before it moves on to the next Bollinger Band, either lower or upper. So the theory goes is that once we hit the Bollinger Band, and of course you're going to have different shapes of different stocks. You're going to go down 1 time, constitute as a hit 1 time. Once you retrace up, we don't know where it's going to go up. Maybe it'll come here, maybe it'll come up here, but let's just say that's 1. We're going to get a second retrace below. We're going to come back up again. That's 2. The third hit is going to retrace to below the 20. It's got to come back up over the 10 again. That's 3. And the fourth time, it needs to come below the 30 and then come back up again. Okay, and that's 4. And usually what happens at that point is it will come back down to the lower Bollinger Band, or sometimes you might see it go back up to the next Bollinger Band up above. So that's 4. So this is all about the stock movement, and that doesn't mean it's a bullish or a bearish pattern. It's just, this is usually how it interacts. A lot of times what we see happen in bullish patterns is that the Bollinger Band, by the time it makes its 4th move, is well above where it was over here. Okay, so it all depends. From the perspective of Apple, we have been in a bullish pattern for quite a long time. We've been actually in a bullish pattern from way back here, back in December. And we have had movements over that 10 SMA a couple of times, 1, 2, 3. We can almost argue that with the earnings in late January, we've reset that pattern. Okay, I think probably we've come closer to resetting our pattern. We can just kind of discount what happened in the past, but we have our true first Bollinger Band hit on this day, and we went way past it. Right. We have our first true Bollinger Band hit. So now at this point, I'm expecting Apple to sometime, I don't know when, is going to go over that 10 SMA. And obviously, we've been in a bullish pattern. We have not yet made a close over the Bollinger Band yet. Now we're starting to see signs of it rolling over. So the question is are we ready to start moving into what's more of a standard long-term pattern? So from my chart, as you can see, there's a couple of lines on here. The first one right here is a target. Okay, this is actually a true target. Actually, it's called the G-spot. You might have heard the G-spot system in options players. G-spot is drawn when you have a cross of the 10, and you draw it at the top of that Bollinger Band. And it happens quite a bit. I mean, we're ballooned out, it might take a long time, but really this is a true target for me. Okay, I see the target of being right around the 142 range. And the other target I have is right there. Okay, that is a gap. Okay, and a gap, they like to be filled. There's another gap down here. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but we definitely have a gap here, and we have a little bit of a rolling over effect. So now the big question is are we going to get a close below the 10 SMA to start this pattern again? And my current prognosis is yes. I don't see Apple moving up until we move down to that gap fill, which is going to be below the 10 SMA. Am I bullish on the stock? Yes. Do I think it's going to make that? Yes, I do. So what I would like to posit is that be careful in how you make your plays on Apple. I agree that it is bullish. I agree that we can be in calls, but you can probably maybe get a better price for your calls sooner than later. I do expect a retracement below that 10 before it again moves back up here. The other thing we have going on is we have that top ascending trend line, which is probably going to ride in between this level and that level. As I mentioned, we continue to run the money tree on Sunday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Wall Street time, otherwise known as Eastern Standard Time. We have identified quite a few opportunities over the last couple of weeks that have resulted in potential profits if members took them. We don't tell you what to do, we just tell you the setups, and it's up to you to make the triggers. But there have been some really good plays. So the more the merrier. It's very interactive. We'd love to have you all on here. What we're going to start doing here in the future is we're going to start actually putting together a trade journal just to kind of track the trades that we make. These trades tend to be trades that can be managed after hours and not intraday day trades. Okay, so they're more after hours types of trades, and we're identifying some of those setups. So hope to see you there. Bye-bye.